we have to go here because I don't know what the fuck Glenn Beck is wearing. This is Mohegan Sun hiking Glenn Beck, Fisher Price man, right? This do we have any idea? Yeah, what this outfit is? I don't know what's happening here. The dead people, Rittenhouse killed, deserve better than that. Okay, both killings were in self-defense. They're going to come down on self-defense. It's gonna happen that way. The third one in the injuring was a self-defense wound, and it's not going to go any other way. Do not wind yourself up into thinking it's going to go any other way. I'm telling you, I love you guys, but stop putting any weight or emotional otherwise on that shit. It's an homage to Bannon's 3 shirts. Yeah, this is. I don't know what the fuck this is. He must be freezing. His Q animals. It's like a new version of Garanimals, but with Q clothing. So this is okay. You have to understand. If it wasn't for panic, Glenn Beck and Russell Brand would have no fucking shows. Like everybody else is definitely tipping shit up. There's a dude. Let me show you something. I don't know if you guys watch or check out some stuff, and I have a broad batch of what I watch on here. But for fuck's sake, there's one dude. He calls himself Johnny Bravo. He does stock shit. He does he's a swing trader. Used to teach high school economics. Now he does this and he does videos. All of his fucking thumbnails are black and white and look like this. Everything is terrible. It's over. Urgency. This is alarming loss. Urgent news. Be prepared now. Alarming news. There's so many of these alarming news. Urgency. It's over. Be prepared. Worse than 2008. It's coming. Economy over. Prepare for chaos. Red flags. Prepare for chaos. Be warned. It's chaos. It's catastrophic. Alarming losses. Be prepared now. The crash is because it's coming. Exposed, flashing red. This is dire. This is big. Be ready now. No help. Alarming news. This is catastrophic. Be warned. It's coming. Flashing red. Default panic. Urgency out of control. It's chaos. Everything is warning. For fucking ever. Like this. Non-stop. Credit collapse. It's chaos. Now, one would think, and someone like yours truly will often go back and look at, say, shit like this from, I don't know, 5 months ago. And notice these things don't get, where do you go from here? Where the fuck? This is his videos forever. They don't change over time. How the fuck am I supposed to think? Yes, Russell Brand's like a vegan who eats meat and pretends it's vegetables. That's a great example. But this is nonstop, right? And by the way, it works. Every single one of these videos has at least 30,000 views. Most are above that. He's been increasingly getting more over time. So this is like 40 minutes ago. He just put this, it'll be 5K. This was a day ago, yesterday. It's 43, 54, 53. Most around this range, right? And he's cashing in. It's the videos are almost all the same length. They're about between 15 and 20 minutes long. Everything is fucking freak out. Every fucking thing. And the same thing is true if I go, let's see. So if you go to, yeah, here you go. This is,
look,
shut the fuck up. Don't care, like, whatever, fuck off. So if you look at Russell Brand's, so you're right, it wasn't right about Russia. All these are pro-Trump things. Like, ever since he's shifted towards a pro-Trump thing, there's been a huge jack in his viewership. Oh, this. So you lied, Mr. President. This is him shaking hands with the Saudis, smiling. 656,000 views. Squid Game: The Hidden Truth, which is about, of course, that it's obviously hidden Marxism teaching people, and that debt is really like they're destroying us, right? You couldn't make this up. Check out George Soros. Look at that, dropping the super Jew right in the clip art. They're coming for your kids. This is madness. This is why people are angry. This takes the piss now. Biden's new JFK files excuse. Whoa, did this movie predict the future? Fucking V for Vendetta. Jesus. Thought elections couldn't sink any lower. Think again, is this a joke? Let's Go Brandon now banned. And that's because the pilot banned? What the fuck are you talking about? Banned. Whatever. You think we're heading to dystopia? Watch this. He does that a lot too. He'll throw on watch this at the tail end. And if you go to like YouTube camp, they tell you to do this. Yeah, but don't forget, give a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. I don't do this shit. I'm way more charming. Thank you, Slaughter Official, or whatever that was. Hold on, your thing zip by. As an actual super Jew, I apologize if you're aligning them. This is just how they refer to him, so we go there. CNN coverage called out to its face. The dishonesty about Big Pharma. Big anti-vax movement in his shit, too. Ran interference for Rogan during the whole ivermectin thing. Going against Fauci. Let's see. This is people are quitting. Like the video that Kamala Harris did for YouTube Originals, which uses child actors because that's what they do. She was on there as a guest. This is literally that whole that controversy. This has 1 million fucking views. This video about Kamala Harris sitting with these little kids. They have child actors on these shows because they have to pay them because it's YouTube Originals. That's part of their programming. They didn't hire fake actors to hang around with her and talk STEM and science. They're trying to promote STEM and science, so they brought her on as a guest for these little kids who are like citizen interviewers, citizen journalists. They hired these kids to do it. They're all actors. They can speak. There's no surprise in this. But anyways, 1 million views on that one. 1 million on Let's Go Brandon. Why did the anti-Biden... Yeah, the Rogan went 3.8 million views just 3 weeks ago. So, yeah. On and on and on and on. Shame on you. Crowd rages at Hillary Clinton. Yeah, it's like this. I mean, it's standard stuff. Yeah. Anyways, he's like a cross between, he's the hippie Joe Rogan. That's what he's trying to be. He's trying to be the hippie Joe Rogan. We both do drugs, right? Yeah, we both do fucking drugs. Why not? And he's and like half an article talking out of his ass. That's it. And they're like, basically that's the nature of it. And just for reference, let's see. Here's my videos. Thanks to CSL. Here's our button. Hal Sparks Morning Show. MTG. Not so smart and crafty. Not so smart and crafty. Hannity. Reeling in the fears. Baby Hal scolds DeBad MAGA Man. Laura Ingraham defines insanity. Kirk Banana Man for life. Kelly and MTG sing the J6 blues. Carlson tuckered out on winning. Glenn Beck's fool's proof. Tucker plus Owens. Commie obsessed. Man lands on Mark Levin because I put an astronaut on his forehead while he was talking about getting to the moon. Gomert and MTG prisoner advocates. What? Hawley and Carlson want manly men. Like all these, none of this is like it's the end of the world. Kitties share the show. Like this is the most violent I've ever done. Like this, that's the height of it. Biden gives migrants $450,000. Like that would jump into that zone. And then just a radio show and the name of the radio show and the crazy core of the mag stuff. Fly the Male Condor. We've, Greg sees bus people. That was really funny. But none of this is like the fucking, it's the end of the world and the terribleness and they're destroying people. It's destruction.
Look, it's me, Russell Brand. You found my YouTube channel. I love this channel. What I want you to do now is subscribe and turn on
I love it. It's so much. It pays me and I don't have to do any fucking real work. It's great. I do need a new photo. I needed a whole photo shoot. But yeah, so that's the whole fucking thing in there, isn't it? So this is sort of crucial in the like selling of this kind of shit. And Glenn Beck's stuff is just like this. Glenn Beck's are all like, it's the fucking monstrous. Oh, here, wait, hold on one second. Let's look at Glenn's and then we'll start the video. Whoops, shit. Here's the videos. Stop. Go away. Shut up. Okay. This is his thumbnails. Scariest thing I've ever seen. No terror alert for far left. No case against him. Truth will set you free. What's wrong with us? Pain is coming. This will be their downfall. Which side are you on? Arrogance will ruin them. Best news in years. Can the states fight back? It's all coming undone. We live in a banana republic. Coming water shortages? ? I will not comply. New Great Reset Coalition. Dissecting OSHA's vaccine mandate. A message for the elites. Our supply chain shortage is fixable. Big banks will throttle you. Woke platforms failed miserably. Civilization threatening research. Energy costs won't go down. Absolute falsehoods in Virginia. Vaccine mandate compromise. Left's weak ideology exposed. No religious exemption from Navy. Why poopy pants Biden caught on, and then picture of him like this. Flat out cover up lie. Utter contempt for taxpayers. My privilege comes from God. That one didn't do very well compared to the rest of the videos. It's kind of the lowest one on this row. Interesting. ESG scores are a scam. That's your what kind of good energy citizen you are. Yeah. Glenn's experience with depression. It's an interesting color choice. Why will defeat the left? Anti-Biden song banned. I won't be bullied. Yeah. So anyways, Panic at the Disco. And today it's World Economic Forum's great narrative is freaking terrifying. The video on this is like it's freaking terrifying. Here it is. Freaking terrifying. World Economic Forum. Freaking terrifying. What's terrifying about it? The whole thing that they want to make a more equitable financial system so that people who have resources like the Saudis and stuff can't, or the oligarchs in Russia can't shuffle it away from everybody else.
So far ahead on the metaverse.
Also, by the way, he has this bullshit 74 days Americans left behind. He's just going to keep counting this down apropos of fucking nothing. Like there are none. There are no Americans in Afghanistan that can't get out right now that want to get out.
And you don't even know it. I want to tell you that on Wednesday,
I will be wearing a Michelin Man outfit. And on Thursday, I will be wearing a small canoe to work.
The World Economic Forum held the Great Narrative. And they've been promoting this. And what I'm going to read to you is on their website. Now, remember,
oh, no, not on their website. Well, the nice thing is at least, let's see. At least Trump never went to the World Economic Forum. By the way, when are we going to see Glenn Beck in one of these outfits? Seriously, how many box tops do I have to send in? Here we go. Let me scroll in here. This is the whole like.
All of the cynics, I had never been more confident in America's future. I knew we were on the verge of a profound economic resurgence if we did things.
And if you think this year's good, this is January 21. If you think last year was good, wait till you see what we're going to do this year.
One that would generate a historic wave of investment, wage growth, and job creation. I knew that if we unleashed the potential of our people, if we cut taxes, slashed regulations, and we did that at a level that's never been done before in the history of our country.
No one's ever seen the slashing of the red and the thing. But the World Economic Forum, this is it. At least Trump never aligned himself or gave a speech at the World Economic Forum. Yeah.
Economic Forum just partnered with the Biden administration to bring these things back. They're to bring these things.
Oh, bring them back because they happened before. You mean when America was greater, or what are you talking about?
To America, we are now partnering.
We've done a bunch of shows. Pepsi Max. We've done a bunch of shows without him, without Trump being in them. We have
With 20 different companies, public-private partnership, and the World Economic Forum.
Puppet.
This is Build Back Better.
Plunkett.
So the great narrative was the conference that is happening this week to design the future. Now, I want you to just listen. This is how they opened it. Design the future, the story for the future. In order to shape the future, you have to imagine the future, design the future.
Okay. I'm gonna understand the future. I'm gonna understand it. Understand the future. When you understand the future, you will know that the future is happening now. When you understand the future. Oh my God, to do this. I had a sound on the wrong thing, so I had to add and make a thing. Okay, speak slow. I don't understand the big words.
They will decide how we decide.
That's terrible. They're gonna make us see carrots.
We execute the great narrative. But the great narrative is what is tomorrow going to look like?
Well, as the children and as the duly designated representative of our future, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe I am a future. I would say the future looks like me, only bigger.
Globally, the world has gone through a very difficult time.
Yeah, I know. I just learned how to use the bathroom, and now I had to wear a diaper on my face till we could find a mask that fit. What's the past tense of fit? Fat? That's gonna be a tough one. 3rd grade's gonna suck.
People are now looking for transformation, but the world needs a new blueprint, a new narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because 1% own more wealth than 7 billion. Almost half the population lives in under $6 a day.
That would seem like something we should fix. $6 is not enough. Juice box costs $1.49. Carrot sticks $1.25. If you want peanut butter crackle, that's $2.75. And then if you want a new Switch game, that's like $1 million trillion.
Because the last 60 years were the warmest on record.
Well, it's gonna be a cold winter. Good thing you're bundled up. I need to get my jacket on.
We can't afford to waste more time on denial of climate change.
Right. And
because our digital world will be as important as our physical world.
Oh my goodness. That's what I want. Xbox, PS5, let's go. League of Legends, Worlds of Watercraft. I don't know.
By 2025, there will be 5 times.
By 2025. I'm going to be 7. No. 9. No. 8. I give up.
More devices than people on this planet.
Well, it's already... My dad has more cars than he has moms.
Because both to inspire hope and action, government, first and foremost, are in the business of installing hope.
Yes, we got hope installed. It's well, she's not really installed. That's my babysitter name.
Governments are instituted among men to...
life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which one would think if one thought past one's own clothing choices, let's just say, one might think that that constitutes optimism, aka also known as hope.
Oh, protect these rights. I'm sorry. I thought it was install hope.
Well, if they don't protect them, what hope do you have?
Imagine what role the government should play to install this new narrative.
Probably, I don't know, government could be the jack when daddy changes the car tire, the jack, and then they're like basically government is like the little spell.
A whole government approach is not enough. All of humanity approach is needed. Collectively, we are the author of this new chapter. The future belongs to those who can imagine it and implement it.
Well, sorry, it turns out you're going to be left behind. That's all right. Someone will come in and fill you with hope. They'll install it for you. It's very possible that one day your hope will come. Oh, sorry. You were saying?
How can we design the government to be future citizen ready? How to lead the world into sustainable and a better future?
It's hard to say. I don't know. I guess if you meet someone and I don't know. Do you think she would even talk to me? It's hard to say. I feel like a cartoon Jake Gyllenhaal right now. I can't. I hope. All right.
Will be the great narrative.
Because I have long hair, it bounces me back and forth between being the boy version of the cartoon and the girl. See? Sexist. I wish there was a button. Fuck.
When we look at the world today, difficulties shape the future.
They do.
3 obstacles. First, after the pandemic, people have become much more self-centered.
Starting to sound like a sermon.
Really? That's a big... What is the role of government? Looking at our current position in human history, we sit at the second of the first minute of the first day of the first year. Human evolution to the wheel to today with technology. In 50 years, it will be totally different.
Totally, bruh. It's totally going to be different. Well, I got to say, this won't work. Shit. Maybe this will work. Bro. No? It's too much. Bro. Yeah, you bet your ass. My hair's so long, it just sticks out of my neck. That's just gross. This is better. Hold on. What do we do? How are we even going to know? Oh!
The pace we've grown has been massive, but we are putting...
Well, for some of us...
our life onto one platform. The future will be based on the platform we design now.
Okay, so we're all in a big Cirque du Soleil. Is that how we're looking at it? Fuck me.
Does anybody think so far this is a little spooky?
No, actually, none of us think it. Well, speak for yourself, because I totally think it's a little spooky. I definitely think that it's spooky. I definitely don't know what's going on. I want to know, but it's scary too. It's like a closet door you don't want to open. These guys look like they're scared of everything, though. Seriously. Like, the biggest fear these guys have during the course of their day is that they come across the craft services table and there's no donuts.
Job is to bring people and humility together.
What kind of religious hoo-ha is this? This sounds like something you'd hear at church. Wanting people to be good and not selfish and have some humility about their place in the world. That's gross. Stop this for a second. I'm almost done crying. Start reading from the Ayn Rand coloring book again. I'm getting upset.
And humility. How is this great government going to make us find humility,
I think it's mostly a request.
technology? Let's see. The job is to bring people and humility together, technology, and to bring better for our humanity. Obviously translated.
Poorly. And also very weakly read, if I may so say my damn self.
How do you see the global future collaboration? Hopefully in optimistic terms. We know the world isn't inclusive or sustainable enough, but we cannot forget the amount of progress made in 50 years. We know the tensions like you.
Well, let's be completely honest. Glenn does not think it's progress. The last 50 years have been a nightmare for his kind, and he's wearing a diaper again because he worried about the future even worse.
In China, but we have always have common interests. They want stronger cooperation between the U.S. and China, including environmental issues. Don't leave it alone to governments. Business and science need to play a part. Combine the common interest. Make sure.
Are the head bobs written in the paper? That's what I want to know. As you're reading, I want to know how to do this when I grow up. That when you read a paper, is the exclamation point when you read on the paper go, and then a question mark on the paper make you go, and then a period make you go, just a little, or maybe a comma. You just have to tilt your head the direction, and then two little bunnies come in.
Term compromises for long-term change. We are in a new transformation of humankind. If you want to change humanity.
Yes, I would like to be a transformer and be a robot and a car.
We must change the world. Let us use our energy to create a great narrative for humankind in the next 2 days. Take our own.
Over the next 2 days. Translation problem. Did I turn off the filter and forget? Yes, this is what I really look like. Hold on, I'll go back to normal. 1 second. Fine. You want to be that way? Fine. Fine. Fine.
Fate into our own hands.
And who's that from?
The World Economic Forum.
I don't know why he's freaking out. This just sounds like a speech.
And the Great Reset.
Jeez.
That's not from the Great Reset, shithead. The Great Reset is a plan of theirs unrelated to this narrative thing.
Is that not freaking terrifying?
Jesus, they want people to have humility? This is fucking frightening.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm with you. Is your check still good, Glenn? Because I'm totally with you. I'm with you. Yeah.
I mean, they do seem like they're much further along than.
Then I don't know what the fuck you're afraid about. It sounds like a speech. Sorry, 1 second. 1920s speech on environment industry. Let's see. Library tool, Google's rule. History of the environmental. There you go. Environmental issues in the 20s. The Roaring 20s. 90 years of conservation success. The Roaring 20s. 2012, issue 1. On January 14th, 1922, 54 sportsmen met in Chicago to discuss an issue of common concern, the deteriorating conditions of America's top fishing streams. Uncontrolled industrial discharges, raw sewage, and soil erosion threatened to destroy many of the nation's most productive waterways. At the same time, the country's forests, wetlands, and wilderness areas were quickly disappearing. The group decided to form an organization to combat water pollution and name it after Isaac Walton, a 17th century English conservationist who wrote the literary classic The Complete Angler. Initially formed as a federation of angling clubs, the Isaac Walton League of America soon broadened its goal in defense of outdoor America. 90 years later, Isaac Walton's league's 39,000 members and more than 250 local chapters continue to build on the accomplishments of those who preceded them as defenders of the nation's soil, air, woods, waters, and wildlife. You can track the history of the league through the advance in the... Okay, shit. Like, what the fuck do you think visionary statements always sound like, you tool?
They are.
Facebook's changing their name. It's a lot.
No,
it's a lot further along than that.
This is...
Guys, you don't understand. That's just a distraction. This is not... You have to understand. Guys, yes, Facebook's changing their name. Yes. That's scary. But you don't even understand. Soros.
So far along, and we're not invited to the table.
Well, that's because it's not a buffet. It's basically a la carte. It's a bring your own dish kind of a thing.
Is not invited to the table. Just our overlords are invited to the table, and
yes, the overlords. By the way, overlords are described in the document I read as every human being on the planet.
Will decide for us. This is the scariest thing I've ever seen because
well, obviously, you have lived the cushiest fucking life ever. Because a speech from the World Economic Forum about their vision for a balanced economy, the fuck?
Not just America. This is the world.
Yeah,
they are
everybody's
playing,
on board with it.
Yeah, they are playing for the world.
And they're using the same verbiage, too. They're all doing the...
Oh, yeah.
It's all in German. This is all... I don't know if you know this. This was all translated, you know. Yeah. Yeah, we was looking at this thing, and it was like, originally, the speech was not given into English, no. Understands this. Yes, this is translated from the original Skeksis.
Back better thing.
Oh, yeah, which is
that.
the Great Reset.
Yeah.
Build Back Better is the Great Reset. Oh, Glenn. Yeah, the Great Reset is about like loans, monetary policy, and out of control, fucked up economies of places like Venezuela and stuff, and trying to balance out some of the economies that were actually stable. By the way, and by creating them in a more capitalist structure, for the record, which is normally something this asshole would be for, but he needs a boogeyman, so nothing will get between, Glenn Beck and his buffet of boogeymen.
And by the way, I just want to say this: we're looking for
a Toyota Tercel, license plate 701, HAP, H-A-P. Your lights are on.
We know the tensions like USA and China, but we have common interests. We want stronger cooperation, USA and China, including environmental issues. Don't leave it alone to the governments. Combine the common interest. Make short-term compromises for long-term change.
Yes, short-term compromises. Not allow yourself to be mowed down by the other side and bend over and grab a railing. Who is totally freaked out by short-term compromise?
Now let me play you what John Kerry said yesterday.
Dear God.
About China.
Not the mortician. Lurch himself.
Uyghurs.
How in the several months of meetings behind the scenes with China did you bring up some of those very contentious issues, such as the use of forced labor in Xinjiang for building solar panels? How did you address it, and how did you kind of overcome that in reaching this final?
Well, we're honest. We're honest about the differences, and we certainly know what they are, and we've articulated them. But that's not my lane here. That's my job is to...
Yeah, he's the climate czar, fucko. They've got the State Department for that kind of stuff. He's trying to talk them into not using coal. He's got one job. You had one job? Just the one?
The climate guy.
You also had Nancy Pelosi say we have to get climate change done, and we can't get bogged down with the Uyghur slaves. John Kerry is currently fighting legislation to ban anything made by slaves in China. This is the cooperation.
Is he? Is that what he's busy doing? He was at Davos. This is the face of a man who's bullshitting. Let's see. Legislation to ban slave goods from China, John Kerry. All right. Republicans, there you go. Oh, it's a Fox News story. No surprise. Republicans accuse John Kerry of lobbying against Uyghur forced labor ban as U.S.-China enter climate agreement. Nikki Haley accuses Kerry of being willing to accept Chinese slave labor to promote his radical climate agenda. Republicans have taken aim at the special envoy John Kerry after the U.S. and China entered into an agreement Wednesday to tackle climate change, accusing him of turning a blind eye to human rights abuses. It doesn't get worse than John Kerry, Nikki Haley said. He's willing to accept Chinese slave labor to promote his radical climate agenda. What happened to defending human rights? Haley's comments came just one after the U.S. and China agreed to work together to lower greenhouse gas emissions, a significant step as both nations are responsible for roughly... That has nothing to do with buying shit from there. Under the agreement, U.S. and China would share technology and policy developments in order to lower emissions in accordance with goals in the 2015 Paris Climate Agreement. But Kerry raised eyebrows when asked a reporter whether or not he discussed the issue. He said, yeah, that's the clip we just saw. My job is to be the climate guy and stay focused on trying to move the climate agenda forward. Biden has made combating climate change a chief point, the center of his administration. Spokesperson for the State Department defended Kerry's stance, saying Secretary Kerry has a 37-year record as a senator and a Secretary of State standing up for human rights and defending democracy. As Secretary Kerry said from the start, the United States and China have mutual interest in solving climate change while there's still time, even when we fundamentally disagree on other critical issues. This is not the first time climate has been accused of disregarding known human rights. Florida Republican Marco Rubio accused Kerry of actively working against the Uyghur Forced Labor Act, a bipartisan bill that would block all imports on goods made using Uyghur forced labor. The bill, introduced by Rubio and Jeff Merkel, Democrat of Oregon, passed in the Senate in July, but has since sat in the House. The Biden administration, some Democrats are so desperate for climate deal, the Chinese Communist Party, they're willing to provide, this is not a partisan issue, at least it shouldn't be. Rubio has called for Kerry's removal as climate envoy. I don't know how he's blocking it as the climate envoy. I don't know what that has. By the way, underwear ads? All right, there we go. Fox News could not immediately reach Merkley's office for comment. Okay. I don't know where he's blocking it because he's working on climate. I don't know where that assertion is, other than the fact that they just don't want anyone in that job.
This is the kind of short-term compromises that will show us in the future a whole race of people have been wiped out.
Yeah. When did you start giving a fuck about those folks? The minute we started working on climate change? Because you didn't before. Right. And that's the bailout. Do nothing because doing something proves you're on the other side of us is entirely it.